Hey guys, welcome to CES 2019. This is Mike from Unbox Warehouse, and we are joined today by Selly from Deep Sentinel. They are a new advanced home security system that is supposed to be revolutionary and really changing the game for 2019. Selly, would you please tell us what makes your system, Deep Sentinel, different than the other standard big box kind of home security systems that everybody's aware of right now on the market?
Sure. So thanks. I'm glad to be here. As you can see, our system it starts out with cameras, but cameras have been around for a long time. What we realize is that if you use cameras and you put two really important things behind it, you can achieve what I would consider to be a next generation technology. The first thing you've got to have is you got to have a real artificial intelligence that's able to get rid of all the noise in the system. And then the second thing, if you really want to prevent crime, our customers are the people who are serious about home security. They don't want to just record people stealing their mail. They don't want an alarm to go off and result in a false alarm. These are people that really care about home security. Our second feature that we have that no one else can offer to consumers is we have live human surveillance guards that watch your home 24/7.
What exactly do you mean by artificial intelligence? That's not something we generally think about when we think of home security and next-gen camera. What's the difference between a regular camera and what you're calling a next-gen camera?
Yeah, sure. So there's two real key things, again, that go into this. The first is that we have a entirely wire-free camera. So this camera, you can see it's not attached to anything here.
Okay.
We've got a huge battery that pops in the back here. It lasts for between 2 and 9 months.
That's a big concern for people, is battery life on these.
That's exactly right
now. So that's great.
We made the largest battery for any product in its class. And then really the heart of this is what we call deep learning. It's a type of artificial intelligence, and all of our systems come with 3 cameras and this hub. Inside of this hub is a very special chip. It's called a Qualcomm Snapdragon 820. And what the Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 does is it means that all of the processing for determining is this a real event or is it not a real event happens right there inside of your home. It means it can be private, it means it's wicked fast, and it means that it's all integrated into a single system. So that means you don't get alerts every time there's the wind blows or a dog runs across your yard. You have full control over this being a security system. It looks for people, it looks for cars, it looks for behavior that is really a security threat.
That's awesome. So that's like a big concern, and is if you get too many alerts,
that's right, then
it's the boy who cried wolf syndrome.
That's right.
And when something real happens, you just ignore it.
Yep,
and
that's exactly right.
So.
I have cameras on my home, and one of the big inspirations for me was I installed the camera system, and I'm a little embarrassed. We spent a lot of money, like probably like $5,000 on our camera system.
Okay.
Like we have a full enterprise system. I get an alert almost every minute.
So you don't even pay attention to them anymore.
You can't. There's no way to live your life. And with Deep Sentinel, not only do I not get...
And in the middle of the night, that's scary. Well, if you're sleeping and you get an alert, like my wife would be freaking out.
That's exactly right. You know, one of our investors in our company is a guy named Jeff Bezos, who everybody knows now.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. And I had coffee with him the other day, and he said, you know what? It's weird, like after a while with these systems, there are so many false alarms. If I had an alarm at 1 o'clock in the morning, the last thing in the world I would actually expect to see would be an actual burglar in my home, because I'm just so used to them being false alarms at this point. And so we really wanted to get it down to the point that we don't have any false alarms, both for ourselves, and you'll be surprised to learn that false alarms are a humongous tax on our police departments around the country. Police departments are at the point where a lot of them don't even have policies where they respond to a burglar alarms anymore because there are so many false alarms. And so we want to get that down, not low, we want to get that down to 0. So the first step we do is we use AI and computer vision in these smart cameras to remove almost 95% of the false alerts you're going to get from a camera system. But then this is where we do something that no one else does.
This is where you work on the other 5%.
This is right. You got to solve the other 5%, because otherwise you still got a lot of noise going on. And what we found that wealthy people have something called private security. They have people that watch cameras for them 24/7. That costs $3,000 a month. By designing our solution integrated with our intelligent cameras, putting the AI in the front of that, we're able to put live human beings that look at every single potential security threat in real time for you as a consumer at a consumer price point, which is, it's expensive, you know, it's not free, it's $50 a month, but I'll tell you, it is so incredibly worth it, because every single time a person comes in or out of your home, every time there's a potential security threat, you have a real person verifying it. Not only verifying it, this puppy right here is a 104 decibel speaker. It's basically a siren.
Yes, okay.
And that's enough to scare someone off of your property. We call it shouting them off the property. So, for example, last week, one of our agents caught a man stealing a package from one of our customers. And he had just entered the property. So about 15 seconds after entering the property line, which is where we set our protection perimeter, our agent came over the camera and at 104 decibels said, "Sir, please stop what you're doing. This is Deep Sentinel Security. Can I help you?" And that gentleman, sure enough, left.
And they have no clue if that person's sitting in a shed out back, ready to come out, right?
That's right. They have no idea what's going on. And really, the key to the whole thing is a combination of speed and real people, right? So if you compare that with a traditional system, if I have like an Arlo camera, I have to be sitting there waiting for the alert at my home 24/7, which is just insane. Or if I have a burglary alarm that's monitored, they can't catch package theft because they have to break into your home before it even gets triggered. And so we've really been able to combine this concept of camera and monitoring in a really unique way, and then being able to drive the price down using AI from that $3,000 price point, which is just ridiculous, to something, you know, we really hope every American can justify, because security is just such an important thing.
So the way you make it affordable is because the AI is doing 95% of the filtering.
That's right.
So if you didn't have the AI, you'd have to have a massive team of people to.
That's right.
And you'd get up to that $3,000 price point.
That's exactly.
But the AI, it is not perfect, but it's perfect enough to bring the price down, to bring your team of people to only look at things that are probably a real potential threat, and not a Girl Scout trying to sell me some Thin Mints, right?
You said it better than I could have. But we don't want to set off the alarm for Girl Scouts. We love Girl Scouts, and I love Thin Mints.
Unless they came over and said, "This is Deep Sentinel. We want some Thin Mints."
That's right. Exactly. But you got to put them in the freezer first.
Yes.
You know, the other thing that we did that was really important, which, you know, I think a lot of people are used to this now, is there are a lot of companies that are selling direct to customers now. And we chose that model because that model also helps us cut price. So if we just had the AI, but we had to sell through channels and retailers, our price point would probably be about $200 a month, which is still just so expensive.
Because everybody wants their cut.
That's exactly right. I mean, and you know, everybody needs a job, and I get it, but I don't know that many people that can afford, you know, $3,000 a month, surely, but even $200 a month, that's really expensive for most American families. $50, it's expensive, but for people that consider security important, that's attainable and it's real.
Yeah, so $50 is not far off from the price points that I get approached to from the big box security systems that are out there right now.
Average alarm is about $42.50. There's lots of people paying more. You know, we really wanted to make it effective and affordable, and we did that by just selling directly to the consumer, cutting out all the middlemen, and then using the AI. So we had to do both of those things to get that amazing price point.
So since you sell these directly to the consumer, is this something that the average, you know, person who can fix things around their house and hang pictures on the wall install?
You know, that you used a great word there, the word hang. So we set the goal for this to be self-installed, DIY, and we use the verb hang in our product development, right? But I don't want people to have to say, like, I got to drill a bunch and mount and all this stuff. So we use the verb hang, and that was our goal, was to make sure that we could get consumers to feel like, hey, I can hang this up. And so there's two things that we did here that I'm proud of in some sense. We spent a ton of money and a ton of energy making this mount. Almost $250,000 we invested in the engineering to make this mount. For a mount. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, the first thing we did was we put a ring around the camera. And what this does is it allows this camera to be mounted in all kinds of crazy articulations. So you can mount it almost anywhere. You can mount it on top of, from eaves, right?
On an eave.
Just like this. You can mount it on a reverse eave. There's like European eaves that mount this way. That's the first thing we did. The second thing, this comes right off, is behind this mount is a single screw. meaning that if you're installing this in wood or masonry or anything, you don't have to line 8 things up behind here to get it secure.
Oh, that's genius.
Single screw.
Smart.
But on the back, we put these big pressure points so it doesn't spin.
So it doesn't rotate.
So it's secure.
But the pressure points look round, so they don't look like they would do any damage.
That's right.
Extra damage to a wood surface. Other than the one screw hole, you're not having 3 things stabbing into your paint.
That's exactly right.
And if it did spin a little bit, it probably wouldn't do much damage. It's just resist it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really, really smart idea. If that much thought went into the mount, no telling how great this actual product is.
We put a lot into both of them. You know, at the end of the day, we really wanted to make sure that an average consumer could install this. We wanted it to be a single piece mount, easy to use. You'll notice actually that this ball joint here, it just sticks. It's what's called a fixed pressure ball joint, so you don't have to twist stuff. You know, if you're at the top of a ladder, we did all of our user testing at the top of a ladder. So we made people come into our office and do that.
Install this while you're in a precarious
Exactly. Right, because that's the thing. You know, a lot of people make these really cool
Yeah.
things, and when you get onto the top of a ladder, it doesn't matter how cool it is.
So, and this ring lights up red whenever I see in the picture.
Yeah, we got that kind of little blown up picture.
Yeah, they
here,
talk. They talk, and this when they're talking, this is supposed to look ominous, right?
That's right. That's right.
I think that's how security should be, because there's a reason that there's a huge market for big, scary, fake-looking cameras.
Well, that's exactly right.
Because that's half of the deterrent is the actual camera itself and how it looks. If someone's coming up on your property and they see this, they may just walk away initially.
Well, you got
Why would you want to hide the cameras? Because that seems like it would only instigate them to try to, you want them to commit a crime. When what your mission is to deter the crime prior to it starting.
That's right. I mean,
so
as much as we certainly want to get people arrested if they commit a crime. But you know what? We believe the world would be a better place if you just prevent it from happening in the first place. So, one of our very first, not quite crime, that we caught was some juveniles TPing one of our customers' houses. And sure enough, they walked up to the house and started TPing. This red ring started spinning. That you could see them. They look right there, and they're gone. Yep. Mission accomplished. And you can't do that.
I'd be curious what the Deep Sentinel live person monitoring would say in that event.
So we actually have a very special protocol.
Stop TPing the house. Like, what do you put the toilet paper
It's
down?
a serious thing, right?
I know
it's security. It's funny, like when you think of it, there's all kinds of situations you can think about, right? But we actually have a special protocol for our juveniles because we believe that you can overdo it, right? At the end of the day,
that makes sense.
I was a kid once, and if I got in trouble at the level this thing could get me in trouble with for everything I did, I would not be here today. I would be behind bars somewhere, So we really want to embrace the kids are going to make dumb mistakes, but we don't want to let them keep going. So we have a juvenile protocol, which is stop. We're going to have to call the homeowner. You got to stop doing this,
Yeah.
But
a little more light on the children.
Exactly. Because we don't need to turn them into adults too early. And it's interesting. I'm a technologist at heart. Building this business has really opened my eyes into how complex this space is of protecting the outside of your home and how sophisticated that service has to be in order to be effective. And at the same time, though, to be respectful. In fact, you've got your aunts, uncles, Girl Scouts. And so one of the most important things we do is something we call our Hello Protocol. And the Hello Protocol means that 95% of the time, we just want to say hello to you. It's something Ronald Reagan actually coined.
Acknowledge that we know you're here.
Trust but verify.
Yes.
So we say hello, can we help you? And you know what? Most criminals, if they know that you're there, that's enough. They just go.
I was just checking to make sure this package was okay.
That's exactly
they're
right.
out. Right?
I was walking by, and I saw the package.
And I was going to hide it better because I didn't want anybody to steal it.
That's right.
That's the kind of answers you get.
Yes,
well, hey, this is an amazing product. I can't wait to get my hands on this and get this installed in my house. I'm super excited. I do travel a lot, and I leave my family and my child at home.
Amen.
And it would make me feel so much better if I knew that they had real live people looking after them, unlike myself, that actually care about the well-being of their customers.
Amen.
That's what I feel like this product does. We want to thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
David, and thank you guys for watching. I'll put a link to his website where you can learn more about the Deep Sentinel line of home security systems. If you're interested in installing this in your house, great company. They obviously care about people. They obviously have put a lot of thought into this product. I don't think you can go wrong. Look forward to this in 2019 in homes in your area. And don't steal their packages. All right, bye-bye.
Cheers.